What's up, guys? Asher from Srkcycles.com, and we're doing it. I get to ride a Harley for the first time. Never ridden a Harley Davidson before. Today we got a 2001 Harley Davidson Super Glide. Had to check my notes, couldn't remember. So yeah, it looks like a Harley to me, guys. I've never ridden one. I know very little about them other than it's a big V twin, and it's the most popular motorcycle brand in America. I've never ridden them, so this should be you Harley guys will probably laugh at me, but that's okay. Let's go do it. So before we get started, words of wisdom for the day. 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. In fact, this is love for God, to keep His commands, and His commands are not burdensome. Ooh, a mouthful. All right, guys. So 2001 Super Glide. Let's see what this is like. Yeah, it's kind of I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of embarrassing that I have never ridden a Harley Davidson before in my life, and I'm just now getting around to it. So this should be fun. This should be fun. I've always wanted to. I mean, I've talked a lot of trash about them over the years, but it's not the, I probably shouldn't have, if I'm being totally honest. They're an easy target for a sport bike guy like me. But I've grown up. Oh yeah, that's right. These turn signals are on. I'm used to having the turn signal switch on both sides. Okay, let me get used to this here. Ooh, sounds like a car horn. That's funny. Okay, so this is something right off the bat that I'm going to have to get used to. The turn signals on either side of the handlebars instead of just over there, like right on the left-hand cluster. Okay, all right. That shouldn't be too hard to get used to. All right, let's go. Woo! Yeah. So, first thing I noticed when I sat on this bike and I was moving it around is the instant amount of torque there is on this bike. I mean, it's like you just, as soon as the clutch grabs, it's moving. And I like that. I like torquey motors. Definitely a big fan of it. My FZ is super torquey for how small of an engine it is. It's got, and how light the bike is, it's got a lot of torque, and I love it. I love torque. So that impressed me right out of the gate with this, is that it's just like, okay, the clutch went and we're moving. I was a big fan of that. Seating position's nice on this. Again, not a cruiser guy, not used to cruisers, but I'm getting there. I'm starting to gain an appreciation for these machines and kind of what their intended purpose is. And it's just that some of you guys said in a comment. One of you guys said in a comment on one of the other videos from the other day, you're like, yeah, you cruise on them. 100%. That is their intended purpose. Well, it brakes better than I thought too. Coming up to the stop sign. So, yeah, that's exactly it. Feet are nice out in front of you. You're kind of lean back a little bit, and that's sound. There we go. Yeah, see, I would not. My foot slipped off of the control when I went to shift up there. I probably, if I were to put forward controls on this, they would definitely be back a little ways. I got short legs, so it's actually a little bit difficult for me to reach that shifter. I mean, it would take some getting used to, but I'd be able to get it. I'd be able to get it eventually. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of forward controls, but that's just me. A lot of guys love them. A couple of my, all my buddies who ride Harleys all have forward controls on their bikes, and they swear by them. So that's just me. So far so good. Nice big rumbly V twin. I mean, this is, shift's nice. Brakes pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, guys. I'm liking it. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like as soon as the clutch grabs, it just moves. Right there, that shift from first to second is what caught me the last time. But yeah, like I said, once I got used to it, this again, I've said before, I'll just reiterate it now, I have never ridden this bike before. You are getting a totally, like, raw, just my absolute first impression of riding it. The first time I touch any of these bikes is when I move them out of the garage onto that little side road where I do the intro to the video. I have never ridden this bike before in my life. You know, much like some of the other cruisers I've been fortunate enough to ride, this one's very similar. You just kind of hang out on it. The soundtrack's better on this though. I think this thing sounds great. I think it sounds amazing. But I'm also a big fan of loud, noisy motorcycles. So, unlike Sean, who doesn't like loud, I love loud. I don't like this windscreen. Yeah, me and Sean are about the same there. Neither one of us like windscreens. Whoa, what do we got going on up here? Oh, a trash truck. You guys are okay sitting in traffic with me for a little bit, right? Yeah, this might take a little while. Oh my. Hey Sean, if you want to cut this, I feel like I'm going to probably be sitting here for a little bit. Just wait until I get back up to that one right-hand turn. Take me back to the shop. This is going to take a while. I'll talk a little bit more about it when I get up. When I get back up and I make that right-hand turn. We're back. All right, Sean. Now you can come in. Oh, what is? All right, never mind. Now come back in, Sean. All right, so we got around the trash truck. I like this bike, guys, for a first Harley. It's comfy. It's fun. I'm enjoying myself on it. again, it's every bike has its place in the world, and every bike has a rider that it works for. And this, I mean, somebody who's looking for a good cruiser, this is with a sizable motor. I mean, it's the 80 cubic. Yeah. It's the 80 cubic inch motor in it. I mean, that's a big motor. So, you know, someone who's in the market for a cruiser, this would definitely be a good option, guys. I am enjoying it. I'm not fully understanding, you know, some of the hate, and this is doing a really good job to eliminate a lot of the bias I've expressed in the past, not publicly, but you know, it was just me being kind of younger and ignorant about things. So, but this is a good bike. This is a good bike, and I'm definitely enjoying myself on it. So, after getting stuck behind a garbage truck, yeah, that just, when you come off and shift like that and it makes that sound, I know that's a pretty typical Harley sound, right, guys? Like when you shift and it makes that brown sound. Again, I don't know a ton about them. So, or I should say I don't know a ton about riding them. Anyway, almost back to the shop now. Good bike. I had a good time on that. So as we head back to the shop, this bike is for sale on the website at Srkcycles.com. Thanks for coming along and hanging out, watching me ride my first ever Harley Davidson, and be impressed by it too. I like it. I had a good time on it. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm Asher. We'll see you in the next one.